The Red Rivalry. A rivalry between two of the most successful clubs in English football. A rivalry of ideologies, culture, economics, and pretty much everything that separates the two cities with mere 30 miles of distance. A rivalry so distinct and alike that the mere mention of it gets goosebumps for players and managers alike. A rivalry where careers are made and broken. It's more than a rivalry, it's vendetta. It's intense, sickly in nature, contemptuous at best, raw. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Manchester United versus Liverpool. This is where history is written by day, only to be eclipsed by night.
We the Double D's, Darshan,
Through Vaishnav,
are going to preview the oldest rivalry in English football, Manchester United versus
Liverpool.
So let's kick off.
So, Darshan, do you know why Manchester United and Liverpool have been so intense? The long history, the bad blood. It's not only football, it's across topics and across situations.
It is social, it's cultural, it is the fans, it is the managers who have taken this rivalry for over the long years. It is very similar to India versus Pakistan cricket match.
Let me give you a small brief about why it is so bad and since how long it has been. So if you go back in the black and white era, Liverpool had the skills to manufacture, whereas Manchester United had the prowess and the industry to multiply and to get the machine rolling. But Liverpool at that time had a port, which was very important. Now, since industry was growing, economics was going to be a major deal post World War II, Manchester as a city created the shipping canal, due to which the import-export could be directly bypassed from Liverpool, creating a huge economic rift between the two cities. And this has then filtered down in football at various levels. For example, Matt Busby, the legendary manager of Manchester United before Sir Alex Ferguson, was a Liverpool player. He was given a chance to be assistant manager to Liverpool before he took over the manager's job in Manchester United. He has always been touted as the gentleman from Liverpool, but the man from Manchester. This is how far they go in their rivalry, and that's why it is sheer hatred from both the cities towards. Forget about football. Football is one of the biggest things, but yes, their eating habits, their living habits, even their talking style is ridiculed upon on both the things. And today, we are going to preview Manchester versus Liverpool.
So the canal was so important that you can find the canal in both the Manchester clubs, that is Man United as well as Man City.
In the crest, yes.
Yeah. And so when it comes to the title rates, it's always like anyone but Liverpool, because the people, when it comes to Liverpool, all the Manchester people, be it City fans or United fans, both want to win the league and bring the title,
back
the EPL title to Manchester, rather than it going to the Merseyside.
So Liverpool were very successful in the 1980s, amassing 18 titles. That's when Sir Alex Ferguson said that my greatest achievement in football is not getting the United job or winning the treble. His achievement that he cherished the most was knocking Liverpool off their perch. He proudly said, "You can print it." That's how it is. But lately, I mean, if you see, the shine has withered down. But I'm sure, even though Manchester United is not doing that great domestically at the moment, but this is again going to be a cracker of a game this week.
So if you look at the recent performance of Liverpool in the last 2 to 3 years since Klopp has taken over, and on the other side Ferguson has left Man United, the good times have started shifting towards Liverpool.
Yes.
And they have done really well in the recent years. So let's look at the head-to-head at Old Trafford.
So if you see closely, the last encounter was a 0-0. Before that, United won 2-1, and before that, it was a draw 1-1. This game is also famously called as the Northwest Derby. If you look into it, there is nothing much to choose, because once a Liverpool-Manchester United game is being played, the books are out of window, the gloves are off.
So basically, looking at the recent form, Man United is having a really bad time, and Liverpool are in a really good spirits. They have won 8 in a row and are at the top of the table.
So let's look at how these teams are going to be pitted against each other. So let's start with Liverpool, the team in form, favored to win the competition. If you look at the odds, it all depends upon on that day. Let's have a look at their team.
So recently, Liverpool have a very settled 11
Yes.
in the Premier League matches, and if you can see, they normally play a 4-3-3 with the wonderful attack of Firmino, Mane and Salah. The midfield is being taken care of by Fabiano, Wijnaldum and James Milner.
Yeah.
And then the back four, which is very consistent with their fullbacks Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold and the centre-back pairing of Van Dijk and Matip.
How good has Robertson been? I remember when he was drafted in and transferred by Liverpool. He was a part of Hull City side which got relegated. But Robertson was one of the star players for Hull. And Alexander-Arnold, Trent being their youth player, has done phenomenally well for their backline to be so stable.
So there are some reports that Alisson might get back in fit in time during this match. Adrian, being the second choice, has already shown that he is quite capable of handling the gloves for Liverpool. So this is a very settled Liverpool 11, winning 8 out of 8 matches in the Premier League, and the odds are in favour of Liverpool this time, though the match is at Old Trafford.
No, I mean, if you look at the creativity in the midfield, if you look at how settled James Milner brings in a lot of experience, a lot of calmness in the midfield. Fabinho and Wijnaldum as a defensive midfielder, breaking play and then making forward passes. He's been very, very good. On the wings, if you see, Mane and Salah have been so creative. Their dribbling has been top notch, and the serve and all the beauty of the Liverpool attack is all the three players are equally creative. They have equal flair. They have equal amount of determination. All of them will give service to one another, and all of them possess the capability to make a great finish in the box or out of the box as well.
So this is a very good team assembled by Jurgen Klopp over a period of years.
So let's quickly move on to the Manchester side of things.
So now first let us look at the starting 11 which lost to Newcastle United.
Honestly, if this is the side that comes down against Liverpool, forget about winning. People will be counting how many goals they'll concede, because if you see Tuanzebe, even though good, he's still young. Ashley Young has been so bad. He's been so bad that he forget about tackling, his backtracking, returning position, interception of play has been very, very, very poor. The only shining star, if I only hope that I saw in the last game with this lineup, was Daniel James.
I think Scott McTominay
plays as well.
Out,
yes, because Daniel James was a problem in the entire pitch. So Daniel James and Mata and Pereira used to interchange play, and McTominay and Fred had the job to hold the play, where Fred was a disaster in the last game. He's a good player. We've seen flashes of brilliance in him, but last game was so poor. If this is what is going to come down, I wouldn't go for any kind of points for Manchester United.
So what do you feel that if this team plays against Liverpool, what will be the scoreline?
By halftime, it's going to be 2-0 to Liverpool.
So as per the reports in the media, there is a good chance that Anthony Martial, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, there are conflicting reports about Paul Pogba. It is like holding all your cards on your sleeves, and on that
day, you really think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has the Sir Alex Ferguson effect of playing mind games? I don't agree with that.
See, this is like Martial has not played since months. Pogba similarly has not played since months. So there is a case that they are holding all their cards near their chest, and if this similar kind of a team enters against Liverpool, so we can see in place of Tuanzebe, you can also have Luke Shaw, but in case Luke Shaw does not get fit, Tuanzebe, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Paul Pogba, Pereira, McTominay, Rashford, James and Martial. Now, if you compare...
On paper, it looks to a good side.
Yeah. If these key players or some of these key players come back, the starting 11 looks good. They play at home, not away where they have a very bad record. So this 11 can give a very decent performance and thereby affect the result.
How are you so sure that he's going to pick up Tuanzebe on the left back and not Ashley Young, the legendary Ashley Young?
See, ideally Ashley Young will play here, but if Luke Shaw is fit, so this is a kind of 11 now. If you compare this 11 against the 11 which played against Newcastle,
this is better.
A very better lineup which can at least give a fight to Liverpool.
My honest opinion is Pogba should play in place of Pereira and Pereira should play in place of Pogba. I understand that Pereira is more of an attacking player, but when he was in Spain on loan, he has done the defensive role and he should do it because Pogba, the problem with Pogba over here is that if he gets the ball over here in this area and if he loses the ball over here, he does not backtrack. He is so casual on the ball. And when Pogba has the ball, he has to make a forward pass. And that is his speciality, even though he's playing a little deeper in the pitch. Now, if he at any place if he gets the ball and if he does not make that pass and he loses possession, the fullbacks are up on the pitch already to anticipate a pass from Pogba. So are the wingers. The people who are behind are two defenders and one defensive midfielder. Nobody backtracks, and this leads into a comedy of errors, and there are goals which just go by the goalkeeper. David De Gea, even being a brilliant goalkeeper, can't do much if every 5 minutes there's going to be a threat, or if you are anticipating a ball which will be intercepted or tackled, or a player being tackled. If that does not happen, it's just going to be disaster.
So the Liverpool front three, that is Salah, Firmino and Mane, will be licking their lips to play against such a
unstable defense.
Yeah, unstable defense.
If I can put it that way.
Yeah.
Unstable defense.
So Dhruv, who according to you will be the threat to the Man United defense from Liverpool?
So I believe one player from Liverpool who's got a lot of determination, flair and skill to pick up a pass and score a goal and backtrack and defend his territory is Sadio Mane, and he's going to be a major threat to Manchester United. Yeah. For sure. I mean, there's no doubt. And where do you think the threat is going to come from Manchester United against Liverpool?
So I think the threat to Liverpool will be Daniel James. He has been the X factor and the positive spark in such a bad season for Man United.
It is funny because when he was at Swansea, he was just a player who had some flair and he was the future. In 2 months, he's come to Manchester United and he's the driving light and the driving force for them.
It is important that Man United get their injured players in the starting 11 and string up a surprise. Then only something good can happen for Man United. So what will be the scoreline this weekend?
It's tricky because the form will not matter over here. Even last season, if you look at it, it was a 0-0 draw at Old Trafford. And Klopp infamously said it was a shit game to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So I am assuming this again will be a 0-0 draw because both of the managers will go defensive, is what I understand.
I think, Man United cannot keep clean sheets. So I am going for a score draw, that is 1-1.
So the match is on Sunday 9 PM Indian Standard Time. We would like to know your favorite moments from Manchester United Liverpool games.
So this brings us to the end of the preview between Manchester United and Liverpool, the oldest rivalry of English football. Do drop in a like to this video, share the preview among your friends and family on WhatsApp groups. Do subscribe to our channel apnafootballadda.
Press the notification bell icon so that you are always updated. So till then, it's
full time.